intentionally it says Happy Mother's Day. Actually, I was watching the video last week, and it seemed to me that we kind of missed this video. So I just wanted us to take a moment and enjoy this.
You are enough. You
Sam.
are complete.
Just a little up. Little.
You are love.
Yeah, if you know who it is, say who it is. Yeah.
You are
Sorry.
seen. You
This
are
is my friend Jim Tular and Marty, and
You are
Marty's mother.
for who you are.
This is Gary Robbins'
You
family,
are
generation of
enough.
4 in this picture.
You are complete.
This is Robbie Bergman's mother. Oh, no, this is Sue Mine's mother. I'm sorry. Yeah, it looks like Sue. And we know who that is, huh, Matt?
You are love. You are love.
Who is, does anybody know this one?
I am heard. I am loved for who I am. There is
I
nothing.
think Steve Huffman recognizes this beautiful woman and that little boy standing next to her. And this is our beloved Alice and her mom. That's Wiley's mother, I believe, yeah.
I am seen. I am heard. I am loved for who I am.
We're celebrating Shar.
There is nothing
And again,
I need to change. I am.
that's Helen. Helen's in Dad's lap, right? Yeah.
I am
And of
loved.
course, this is our beautiful Laura and her mother.
I am seen.
And again, Laura Lafferty doll.
I am heard. I am heard. I am loved for who I am. I am.
Who is that, Shar?
I am complete. I am complete.
Yes.
I
Pardon me?
am loved.
Yes.
I
That was
am
Paula Jean Rice. And who do we recognize there, Trina?
I am heard.
And look at this. Ellie. This is my friend Ellie you hear me talk about.
I am enough. I am worthy.
And who's that there, Bonnie? That's Bonnie and her mother. And that's me and my son. So thank you for indulging me. Yeah, and a big round of applause. Trina put that together. Thank you for that. So my friends, welcome. We're going to start our day now. Trina's going to lead us in some music. If you would like to please stand, we'd appreciate that. I start my day with, you get to decide. Trina's going to give you some words. Are you there?
Yep, I am drumming and singing. I'm walking and chewing gum at the same time. So.
And beautifully so, I'm sure.
I respect all the musicians in the room who can do that. I'm not one of them. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of His love. Oh, love, 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 love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel the sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel the sweet release of peace. I feel peace, 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 peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I feel joy, 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 joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. Last time. Day with love, I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release.
Round of applause. Greet each other as you are comfortable. Good morning. And Bob? Okay. Hi, Steve. Hey, how goes the work? Yeah. I've been thinking of you. Just a. All right, I'm good, Bruce. How are you? I'm glad you're here this morning. Thanks. Yeah. I did. I did. All right, my friends, we're coming back together. Yes, we are. So thank you for that. So good, beautiful morning. Good, beautiful, beautiful morning. I'm Reverend Penni Honey, and it is my joy to stand before you and serve in this manner. It is my joy to look around the room, have the best seat in the house, because I get to see all that divine light laid out right there in front of me. And we want to welcome our YouTube folks, our Zoomers. Thank you for being here. Everybody wave at the camera if you can. There we go. Thank you. So we just want them to know that there are faces on the other side of those backs of those heads they're looking at, right? People all over the planet this week, there we go, have found their way to expressing their divinity. And we are celebrating that in all languages, in all forms, in all rituals, in all ways. Because every time we celebrate that with other people, we get a deeper sense of permission to celebrate it within ourselves. And the planet just gets better. And our lives just get better. So we are celebrating that. Here at Unity of Flagstaff, we like to say that God is just too big to fit into one religion. So whatever form that takes, whatever that looks like for you, we celebrate that with you, and I appreciate you being here to do that also. So my friends, we're just going to take a little deep breath right now, and I'm going to invite this amazing, do you need a music stand? Microphone? Right here, sweetie. You just stand right here. You can stand back there. Right there. Yeah. This is Shar Snipes. For those of you who don't know, Shar serves on our prayer team, and she will be doing our opening prayer. She's talking about those pictures of her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just passed in January, so she was 93. Good life, huh? So.
Thank you, Shar.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's take a deep breath in. Close our eyes. Center ourselves. Focus on the good. In divine truth, we know that all that God is, we are, and that we are one with God. We affirm the universe is meeting our every need and that there can be no lack, for life is limitless. Through living a constant state of expectancy, we allow God to be God, affirming our divine spirit, expressing in and through us. We acknowledge our divine nature and fill our hearts with compassion and empathy, loving energy and goodness, understanding and peace. Whatever we know God to be, we can be. We are grateful knowing our wholeness, and we are blessed, and so it is. Amen.
Aren't we blessed? Thank you, Shar. And now it is my pleasure to turn the platform over to Trina, who is wearing lots of hats today. Have you noticed? And we appreciate that. I think a hat rack is in form for her, don't you think? But what I do want to point out is check this picture out, right? Check this out. The joy and the love that Trina is so visible in that picture. Yeah, I don't know what happens when that happens, but that happens sometimes. And she is that in our lives and in this ministry. And I appreciate that. So thank you. Isn't she amazing? Zoe.
Thank you. That's my grandbaby. She's 2. And she's not. Yeah, she was not quite 2 yet in that picture, but she's 2 now. I love being a grandma. Something I didn't think I was going to get to have in this lifetime, and somehow God said yes. God said, "Don't limit yourself." So there I am. All right. Good morning. I'm glad to be here at Unity of Flagstaff. My name is Trina, as you know. So we are going to start with gratitudes and prayer requests. And I'm flipping my page here. So now is the time to share what is happening with you. In the sharing, we see the value of collectively affirming with you and those you pray for that the presence of good is in all things, and that it is the one power. The presence of good is the one power. We also support each other in knowing that God, the universe, spirit, knows the universe and spirit knows the details. Does anyone have a gratitude or prayer request that you would like to share with the community?
Okay.
Susie. Here you are, Susie. I have both gratitude and a prayer request. I'm really grateful for all the people that show up on Monday, the second Monday of every month, to help out with the Family Food Center. It is such a joy when we all come together and we serve in that capacity. So I want to thank those that show up. And also another prayer request, the lab results came back for Ozzy, and he does have liver disease. So prayers for Ozzy.
All right.
So we are affirming perfect healing. Yes, and ease and peace in this. And thank you, Susie, for making that food thing happen. It's every second Tuesday, right? Monday, every second Monday. All right. That'll make you remember Monday if I say Tuesday.
So this morning, when we were leaving to walk down here, our neighbors were having a get-together across the street, and today's a graduation day for a lot of high school kids, and this is a family that left Nepal in the middle of turmoil. The communists were fighting the Maoists, who were fighting the government, the royals there, and all that kind of stuff when they left here for a better life, and they have it. And it was such a joy just to see this girl who's finished up high school here, heading off to ASU in business and finance, and they were so happy. So just a gratitude for understanding what we have here despite the bad times that we seem to go through. They're nothing compared to what others have faced. So to Ramesh and Beanie and their children, I'm very grateful.
Very grateful. Lots of gratitude. Yes. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else? Yes, Marcia.
I'd like prayers for Ted, who wouldn't necessarily like them, but we're going to do it anyway. He came back from a 1,400-kilometer bike trip and then had a run-in with a car a couple of days ago on his bike. So he's got some healing to do after that.
Ted. You're holding Ted in the light. Perfect healing.
We just want to pray healing for our hound dog who sees a vet this week for some issues that could be pretty serious. So we just see him healing, and also Josie healing with her bad wing.
Yes, wing healing and blue healing for sure.
Rapid healing for Josie.
Yeah, it's already done, right? We're affirming it now. Anyone else? All right. Well, I have a gratitude. I wasn't here last Sunday. That's not what I'm grateful about. What I'm grateful about is that I got to spend it with my son. And it was, once again, a life-transforming experience, just at a new level. I'm sure you're probably going to hear about that here in a minute. But so guess what this week's message is, right? It's about expectancy and expectations. So thank you for giving me that space to celebrate this relationship that I have with my son. Thank you. All right, so I think, Sam, we can probably ditch this one. Yeah. Thank you. All right, so
Okay.
you're on, dear.
We are grateful for all of the requests and the good news that we have heard here today. We affirm that each condition, person, situation is an expression of the divine, and we claim love, wisdom, healing, and wholeness for all. We remember that no circumstances change or separate us from our divinity. So it is, and so we let it be. And we would like to thank our prayer team members. Prayer team members, give us a hand. There are prayer team members. We have others, but those are the 4 in the room. And our prayer team is available to pray with you after the service. You may also write your prayer requests and place them in the prayer box. Is it still over there on the other side of the piano? Please do that so that the prayer team knows what they need to be praying on, and they will pray on it, and then they will send it to Unity Village where they will pray on it. So please take advantage of that prayer opportunity. And now we are going to affirm our unity principle number 3. Everybody, thoughts have creative power to determine events and attract experiences. And now I think we're on to the inspirational. I'm supposed to inspire you. So I recently discovered that if I subscribe to Daily Word, which before I used to just be able to go on their website and you could find like cool stuff, but they wanted a subscription. But once I subscribed, I got like access to their ancient archives. I mean, they've been doing Daily Word since like the 40s, right? So like you type in a topic and like stuff comes up from like 1955, Daily Word 1955. It was really cool. I was like, wow, man, this. So I was very happy with my digital subscription. Anyway, I found something on expectancy. I found multiple things, but a couple of them had to do with Christmas, and I was like, yeah, that's not where we're at. So this is from November 28th, 1977, from the Daily Word. And it's titled Expectancy. I enter this day with high expectancy and a happy heart. High expectancy. Do you have it? You should, for you are a child of God. A child of God can expect to be richly blessed. A child of God can expect to be healthy and strong. A child of God can expect success and satisfaction. A child of God can expect to grow in faith and understanding. A child of God can expect to meet life with confidence. A child of God, enter into this day with high expectancy and a happy heart. If there are problems that need solving, know that as a child of God, you have the wisdom to solve them. If there is a need for harmony and peace in human relationships, is there ever, know that as a child of God, you have the patience, the understanding, and the compassion to bring peace to troubled situations, to troubled hearts. If you have met with frustration or disappointment, look now at your life and affairs with high expectancy. As a child of God, you are beloved and needed and important. As a child of God, you are meant to overcome every obstacle. Isn't that amazing? From 1977, they were doing it right even then. Love it. And now we will move into meditation.
And we breathe. And we rest.
suggests that what I should have done, laying aside the expectations that we may have had of ourselves just this morning. It is here that Spirit has the chance to express through us, as us. So we rest. We rest in the abundance of life. The celebration of love. And in the peace of a quiet moment. We feel ourselves grounded in the room, knowing that we are safe. And we allow our hearts to open and our minds to quiet. We breathe in the essence of Spirit all around us. And we breathe out any disconnect and see it transformed in this moment. And we breathe in life, expressing. And we breathe out gentleness and kindness into the world. Deeper we go. Deeper we rest. And we welcome this time of silence. And now we move back into the room. We feel our hearts flooding with gratitude for this connection, for this knowing, for the peace, ever present, ever available, always with us. And we feel ourselves stepping into the joy of that knowing. We start to wiggle around a little and we bring our awareness back into the room. And we take with us this warmth and this light. And we say, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. And so it is. And so we let it be.
So I think I need to give a quick songwriting lesson before I play this song so it makes sense. One of the things you do as you write a song is you think about who is singing the song and who are they singing it to. And because this one's a little different, Penni and I wrote this, and the song is actually being sung by the essence of good to me and to you. So this is the good. Well, it's me, the good, just trying to get back in. And it's me, the good, trying to find my way again. And I mean you no harm, no disruption. I know you are wondering where I have been. Well, I've been missing you too, but it's something you choose, a conscious state. It's a choice you will make. But it's me, the good, trying to find my way back in. And it's me, the good, trying to find my way again. And I need a host to open the door. There's so much more. Won't you open the door? It's me, the good, trying to find my way back in. It's been a little bit crazy, so much lately, desperately waiting. I need an invitation, and it's getting late. We're all so close, but to replicate, well, I need you to host. And it's me, the good, trying to find my way back in. And it's me, the good, trying to find my way again. And I need a host to open the door. There's so much more. Won't you open the door? It's me, the good, trying to find my way back in. And it's me, the good, I'm trying to find my way again. So let me in, be a host. Won't you let me in, be a host and let me in. 'Cause I need a host to open the door. There's so much more. Won't you open the door? It's me, the good, trying to find my way back in. And it's me, the good, trying to find my way again. And it's me and you, trying to find our way again.
Matt and I worked on that song during the pandemic. That's why you hear those little references to hosting and replicating. And he's so open to letting me be silly sometimes. And he wrote a song this week. He keeps saying, well, it's a little silly. And I'm like, just right up my alley. So thank you, Matt. We are so blessed. Songwriter, musician, volunteers his time. Round of applause. So an atheist is walking in the woods. And I think I've told this story before, but so I was thinking about this story. So this atheist is walking through the woods and admiring the majestic trees and our beautiful mountain and all of the amazing things in the world. And then he hears this rustling in the bushes. Kind of keeps clicking along there, and pretty soon he turns around and it's a big brown bear. And that old bear is headed for him. And he's running, which is, you're not supposed to do that, by the way, but this is not an instruction on how to avoid bears, so that's my disclaimer. So he's running. That's his choice, is to run away from that bear. And all of a sudden he trips and he falls down, and there's the bear right there in front of him. And he yells, this atheist yells, "Oh my God!" And this voice says, "Yes? Haven't heard from you in a while." I can hear myself on the... That's funny. That's funny. I guess there's a little delay. So, "Oh my God," and so time stops. And the bear freezes in motion. Because you know, bear's going to do what a bear's going to do. Right? And God says, "Well, what do you think of me now?" "Well, I still have a hard time with this whole... But I'll tell you what. So now we're going to cut a deal with God. I'll tell you what we're going to do. How about, God, we make the bear believe in you?" Okay, we can go that route. So poof, time unfreezes and the bear continues through his motion. And he stops. And he stands straight up. And he puts his paws together. And he says, "Thank you, God, for this bounty." Not what that atheist was expecting. Little bit of shock to the system there. Expectations are a strong belief. Something will happen. Expectations are a strong belief. Something will happen. Now hear this one. Expectancy is a strong belief that something good is going to happen. Something good is going to happen is expectancy. Do you see that slight difference? Do you feel how different that feels in the room, on Zoom, on YouTube? Do you feel how that feels different? Expectancy. The belief that something good is happening. You know, there is a quote, I don't have the author of this quote, but it is this: expectation is the root of all heartache. It certainly was for the atheist. I had an expectation there'd be 50 people in this room today. Guess where that led me? First, as I count the chairs, but then in that transformation, because I am giving this talk about living in an expectancy, I said, what would it look like if you looked at this room with the energy and the consciousness of expectancy? And I became grateful for every one that is here. That's a real easy transition if you allow it. If you allow it. There's the catch. I spent Mother's Day, as I shared with you, with my son. I had a lot of expectations. Oh, here I go already. Come on now. I had a lot of expectations around that weekend because you know what? It was a year ago. It was exactly a year ago, Mother's Day, that I reunited with my stepson after 28 years. And so I have this big party in my head of what last weekend was going to look like. It's our 1-year anniversary of coming back together as a family. It's Mother's Day, and I get to claim that and be that with my son. After 29 years now, that's a long time. I had a lot of expectations stored up, I noticed. And then I got there, and a couple of folks in the family weren't feeling so good. And I thought, okay, that's all right. I can turn this down. But not without resentment or attachment. 28 years we hadn't had Mother's Day. What do you mean that your family takes precedence over this big party I was expecting? What? And what I learned very quickly in this conversation was I could be nothing but disappointed as long as I framed that weekend, as long as I framed it with my expectations. Because what I have learned and what I notice in life is there's a lot of disappointment attached to expectations. It's tricky, too, in this new thought business that we have going on here. Because you know what we say is, believe it and you'll see it, right? Expect it, you'll have it. Think it, it's yours. And I am not dismissing any of those concepts. I just was unity ordained. I don't want them to pull that away from me. I believe those things and live that way. But it's tricky when you start talking about expectations. Because we start to put limitations every time we expect anything, even it's really good, we limit it. I had a spiritual experience around Mother's Day without my son. I got to move to a place of expectancy instead of expectations, which were really bringing me down. Anybody? Ever? Always? Often? And when I could make that bridge, when I remembered that God is in every moment, in all substance, all the time, the expression of Spirit is ever working, that means that when I can move into a consciousness of expectancy, I have opened the gates. I have opened the doors. I have taken the limits away. Because I have no longer come in with a predisposed idea of what the universe and I are going to cook up. And the universe and I can cook up things. You have it in your lives. You see it all the time. You're doing this thing. But we have to be cautious in new thought that we don't start to put expectations which come with attachments, which come with disappointment, onto those things that we are affirming. There's a fine line there. We are affirming truth of what already is. An expectation is built from the outside. An expectation is limited by what me and my little brain can put together. And man, can it ever put together some stories. How about you? Yikes. Really, let's do lunch. I've got stories. And expectations smeared all over them. And I notice I am not in a place of peace when that happens. I would have missed watching my son be Father of the Year on Mother's Day, caring for a wife that didn't feel well, a little girl that was sad that they weren't going to get to do the fun things that we wanted to do. I watched him be amazing, and I would have missed it if I'd have stayed attached to my expectations because it was supposed to be a party. And I kind of realized when I did the review on that party, I was the sinner. It was about me. And I'm kind of new at this mom thing again. And I am brand new at the daughter-in-law thing. And I love it. And I am learning that it is limitless of who we can be and who we can connect with and what we can see in a moment if we are living from a consciousness of expectancy rather than putting it down. with these limited expectations. And the attachment. I think of those folks in Ukraine, those folks in Russia, those folks in Iran, those folks in Iraq, the people on the planet. I think of some of those situations that they're in, and I don't know how they would hold expectations. They are trying to be right here in this moment and feed this baby and keep this family safe. They don't have any expectations. They have to wake up in expectancy that help is on its way, that they're going to be all right, that there are people that are generous across the planet and they are going to express that and support them where they are. Expectations would slow them down, and I am pretty certain most of the time disappoint them. And if we can apply that concept to our little lives, oh, we're not having a Mother's Day party. If we can apply those to our life, if we can think about that from the perception of living in a place that we know good is coming, and we're in it, and it's here, and we are it, and we are that expression, what do you think's going to happen on the planet? Come on now, what's going to happen? I say we're going to move mountains. I say that we're going to see miracles. There's this really great quote in here somewhere, and I'd really like to find it. I'll come across it, I'm sure, because I don't know what all that stuff is now. But Charles Fillmore says this: the only fear there is the fear of lack. And Eric Butterworth says that expectancy is faith. Faith is expectancy, he says. So I was thinking about what Chuck said, and I was thinking about what Eric said, and I thought, you know, I think Charles has got it right. It's our expectations that really build fear. We're afraid we're not going to get what we thought we wanted. Sometimes I'm afraid I'll get what I think I want. Fear, that's the only fear there is that fear of lack. And when we put expectations, then we start to do that to the universe. We start to shut it out, and we start to shut it down, and we start to have this limited consciousness. If faith is expectancy, then I say we practice that. Who am I to say that the universe doesn't have the ability to see something bigger and more than I can see? Because I am that expression of the universe. I am that. I think it comes down to the fact that living in a place of expectancy activates our power to create. It activates our power to connect. It activates our power to see beyond any physical limitation that we may be experiencing in a given moment. And any limitation that we perceive someone else having. I am living from a place of expectancy now. Affirm that with me. I am living from a place of expectancy now. I am no longer tied to expectations that never even align with my highest good most of the time. God is good, but only all the time. Spirit is expressing, but only all the time. I will not limit that. I am living in expectancy now. Affirm that with me. I am living in expectancy now. I walk ahead of myself in perpetual expectancy of miracles. Now that's a big one. Anise Neen gave that to us. All right. Follow me. I walk ahead of myself in perpetual expectancy of miracles. Go ahead. Make your plans. Make your lists, Penni. Go ahead. But double space it. Leave room for God. Make sure there's room for whatever Spirit sees as being bigger than what you've imagined. There are no limits. Where in your life are expectations limiting you? Ask yourself that question this week. Where in your life? And then, like principle number 5 says, live the truth we know. Right? There's no limits on this life we lead, just as long as we believe. The sky's wide open and so are we. I'm breaking free. You'll hear that in the song that Matt wrote this week. Thank you.
Once there was a boy named Jack. Climbed so high, never looked back, and the elders are screaming, boy, you better get back down. 'Cause what do you know about gravity? What do you know about humanity? He laughed out loud, looking all around, singing, there's no limits I see. And there's no limits on the life we lead, just as long as we believe. Sky's wide open and so are we. Me, I'm breaking free. Once there was a girl named Gail. She caught a gust of wind in her sails. She flew so high, no matter what they tried, they just couldn't reel her back in. And even with that story about sin, she's so high, stars in her eyes, singing, there's no limits on me. And there's no limits on this life we lead, just as long as we believe. Sky's wide open and so are we. Me, I'm breaking free. And there's no limits on this life we lead, just as long as we believe. Sky's wide open and so are we. Me, I'm breaking free. It's not about what I want to do, it's about what I want to be. It's not about what I want to do, it's about what I want to be. It's about what I want to be, and it's about you and me. And there's no limits on this life we lead, just as long as we believe. Sky's wide open and so are we. Me, I'm breaking free. There's no limits on the life we lead, just as long as we believe. Sky's wide open and so are we. And me, I'm breaking free. I'm living with expectancy. Me, I'm breaking free. Living with expectancy. One more time, join me. There's no limits on the life I lead, just as long as I believe. Sky's wide open and so are we. Me, I'm breaking free. We're living with expectancy. Me, I'm breaking free. Living with expectancy. Nothing, baby, let's break free.
Beautiful, Matt.
Yeah, we'll just call him Penni.
Honestly, Bruce Springsteen.
So I think I'm up now, Trina.
I love it. Thank you. And
I think I'm up now.
announcements.
No, I'm just kidding. We're good. Go.
Am I'm lost.
No, I switched the PA script around a little bit, and Trina was willing to be my guinea pig to see how it went.
All right. Announcements. We will have our time for abundant sharing in a moment. So while you are preparing your gifts, I would like to remind you of a few things. You will find everything on the web at www.unityofflagstaff.org. I did that from memory, by the way. On the back wall, there are events, but not like we haven't heard it enough, right? On the back wall, there are events. So on our PowerPoint slides, there are things for you to know, and the newsletter, and a printed version for your refrigerator is available at the entrance if you would like it. So there's no reason not to know what's going on at Unity of Flagstaff. So enough with announcements. Is that all we need to say? Pardon?
They finished that workout on the interstate, so we're going to go out there and clean it up here in the very near future.
All right.
Premonition.
We have an expectancy that we will be cleaning up the freeway here in the near future. Thank you, Michael, and you'll keep us informed as to the date, right?
Excellent.
All right. Thank you.
So now let's get back to the good stuff. Receiving. So let's call those greeters forward and do our abundance thought for the week. Ready. Together. Live a life of positivity, and you will have a life of prosperity.
Go forward,
And go
my
forth
friends.
and multiply. The baskets. What's in the baskets?
All right, Sam, I think you want to give me let's see, is that coming on back there? There we go. So while we are collecting our gifts, feel free as you want to stand up, join us in We Say Thank You, God.
We say thank you, God. We say thank you, God. We say thank you, God. We say thank you, God. We say thank you, God. We say thank you, God. We say thank you, God. We say thank you, God. We say thank you, God. We say thank you, God. We say thank you, God. We say thank you, God. We say thank you, God. We say thank you, God.
You're So we say thank you, God. Together we are. Sorry, Michael's whispered in my ear. Here we are. We are one with source. We are abundant and generous. We open to our good. Thank you, Spirit. And together we affirm the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And have a great week, my friends. If you want to join us in this song, you have the words on your chairs. Yes? Maybe not. Okay, that's all right. We'll just dance.